Good morning and happy Monday. I am representing today. I'm representing Genesis Church, and I have this shirt on for a reason. If you live in the Lakeland area, I want to invite you to Culver's, the restaurant Culver's in Highland City tonight between 5 and 8 o'clock. Come on out, eat your dinner. Put your dinner plans on hold at home or somewhere else and come on out and eat at Culver's tonight between 5 and 8. And a percentage of the sales is going to go to our missions team. We're going to Honduras in October, the end of October, and this is a fundraiser for us. And so we would greatly appreciate your support. Tonight, Highland City Culver's from 5 to 8 o'clock. We'll be happy to serve you and help you tonight while we're there. Anyway, it's Monday again. Here we are, another week. We're going to jump into July this week. I believe on, what's today, the 30th? I guess tomorrow we're jumping into July. Isn't that crazy? But here's what I want to tell you today. I preached a sermon yesterday called In the Fire at Genesis Church. In the Fire. And it was the story of Peter in the book of Acts, and when he was in prison, he was jailed, and how God miraculously delivered him from that prison. And it just is such a powerful story. And here's what I want all of us to remember from this story. There are some key points, and of course I don't have the time to go into it all today. You have to go to our YouTube page at Genesis Church and pick up this sermon and listen to the full sermon. But here's the deal. We all go through trials and tribulations and persecutions. That's what Peter was facing. We should not be surprised that we go through these things at times in our life. It's because we live in a broken, fallen world where the enemy is on a rampage, and he's on the prowl, looking for, like a lion, like a roaring lion, looking to see who he can devour. And so we're going to face some difficult things, but we don't have to live there. That if we prayed, if we learned in that story that the church at that point, the gathering of believers and saints, just like the church today, they prayed earnestly for Peter. And God came through. Not only did God come through, but he sent an angel to deliver him, literally, miraculously deliver him. The chains fell off of his wrists, the prison doors opened, the guards and the soldiers, they must have been asleep. They didn't notice anything, and he was miraculously delivered. And so I know that most of you listening are not in the middle of a prison cell right now. But let me tell you something. When you are going through something unfairly, now I'm not saying you're not going to pay consequences for things that you've done that weren't right. But when you're suffering and going through trials and tribulations unfairly, like nothing has been your fault, the Lord is going to come through for you. But you have to pray. You have to pray earnestly, and you have to get your fellow brothers and sisters to pray earnestly for you too. Prayer is powerful. It is a tool. It is a weapon that we can use to come against the enemy of our soul. And we tend to forget that. A lot of times we get in the middle of a trial, a sorrow, and we feel sorry for ourselves, and we want others to come along and feel sorry for us too and pat us on the back and, oh, poor you, poor you. But that's living as a victim, and we don't want to live as a victim. We want to live victoriously. And so if we will have faith, if we will have trust and hope and pray and seek God, he will come through every time. Now, it might not be in our timing. A lot of times we say amen to our prayer and we think that God is going to do it immediately. And sometimes he does. But most of the time, it's not in our time frame. but he does answer prayers and he does come through. So I want to encourage you to go and read Acts. I believe it's chapter 12, the story of Peter, and let it encourage you and uplift you today to know that you're not alone. God is with you. If you will seek him and pray earnestly, trust him for the answer, he's going to come through, and sometimes even come through miraculously. He may even send an angel to you. That's not unheard of anymore. Sometimes we entertain angels unaware, but we need to open our eyes and be receptive and ready and willing to accept the answer and the pathway to the answer that God gives us. Happy Monday. I hope this encouraged you today. Have a great day and a great week. I'll talk to you again soon.